Okay, class, I need you to take out a sheet of paper and a pencil so we can copy down these notes off the board. Would you A, tell the teacher? The teacher will take care of the situation, but you don't want your friend to think that you're a tattletale. Maybe raising your hand and letting him or her know that you don't have a pencil would help you with that, but what about how she gave everybody a pencil but you? Would you B, take care of it yourself? After class, ask why the girl didn't give you a pencil. You want to be sure that you are away from everyone else. Having the crowd sometimes causes people to say and act in a way that they wouldn't otherwise do. C. Would you not do your work? Not doing your work is not an option. You know good and well that your parents and your teachers want you to work. Completing your work is how you learn. Besides, when you don't do your work, you get bad grades, and that's not good for anyone.
Did you see her? I know, like, oh my god, it's like so ugly.
Would you A, fight the rude person? Fighting is something that you want to avoid if you can't. Besides, what will fighting solve? You should always use your first line of defense. Talk to the person and find out the facts. They may not have been talking about you when you walked into the restroom. They may have been talking about something that they just didn't want anyone else to hear, and it appeared that they were talking about you. If they were talking about you and you have told them to stop, go and tell a teacher. Your teacher can watch the situation and react accordingly. Would you B, resolve the conflict peacefully? Ask the girl what they were talking about. They may tell you the truth, and on the other hand, they may tell you a lie. You can't control what someone else does, but you can control yourself. If they were lying, the truth will eventually come out. In the meantime, you continue to treat others like you would want to be treated. Would you C, run and tell an adult? Running and telling an adult is definitely something that you can do, but you don't want to be labeled a tattletale. It's sometimes hard to know when to tell the teacher and when to talk to the person. You may need to talk to your parents and see what they think you should do.
Alright guys, you're doing a really good job on this assignment. The next part though is going to be online. So what I'm going to need for you to do is to come out of what you were on and then go, is that someone's phone? What? Whose phone was that? Okay, hello? Whose phone just went off? You are not supposed to have your devices on in class. Whose phone just went off? Okay, stop and turn around and look at me. Whose phone just went off in my class? I just asked you a question. Would you A, write a note and tell the teacher? Writing a note and giving it to the teacher after class will tell the teacher who did it without being exposed in front of the entire class. This will show respect for the teacher without having to face pressure from your peers. Would you B, lie and say it was someone else? Lying is never the answer. You should always be honest and tell the truth. You wouldn't want to be blamed for something that you didn't do. Would you C, not say anything at all? If an adult asks you a question, you should give them an answer. Hiding the truth from an adult when someone has broken a rule, stolen, lied, or tried to deceive an authoritative figure is wrong. If someone had wronged you in some way, you would want them to be corrected so that it wouldn't happen again.
Hey Diamond, how was your day?
My day was good. How was yours?
Good. Please be seated.
Hey, can I sit by you?
No, you ugly. That's salty.
What? How would you feel if somebody said that about you?
Would you A, tell the bus driver? The bus driver is the adult on the bus, and in this case, they have the most authority. More than likely, the bus driver saw what happened, but you can't know that for sure. Letting the bus driver know what was said will give them the opportunity to intervene. Would you B, yell at the rude person? This is one of the things you should not do. If you yell at the person being rude, you could get hurt or in trouble for yelling. Yelling at someone who is exhibiting bad behavior doesn't fix their conduct. Lack of control on your part only adds to the level of dysfunction. At that rate, no one will find a peaceful resolution. Would you C, call your parents? This choice would definitely be helpful, but probably not in the moment. Your parents aren't there with you and can't do anything over the phone. Letting the bus driver know might prove more useful in the moment. When you get home, you can then let your parents know what happened and they can follow up with what they think is best.
Okay, class, I want you to stay in a line and come down here and stop at this wall. Stop! 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 Kaylee, that was uncalled for. You do not need to get loud like that.
Wait, I didn't even do anything! Oh my god, I didn't even do anything!
That is enough. Stop.
Wait!
Would you A. Tell the teacher? Letting the teacher know what happened is the right thing to do. If you don't want others to know that it's you, you can always do it in a quiet way or away from class. However, honesty isn't a quality that you would necessarily want to hide. Would you B. Let them take the punishment? It's not you that was involved. What business is it of yours anyway? Although, if it were you, would you want someone to speak up for you? Would you C. Kick them? Retaliate? Would you get them back in a similar way? If unkindness is repaid with unkindness, where does it end? How do you know what to do? Making the right decision isn't always easy. The best rule of thumb to obey is treating others the way that you want to be treated. Always put yourself in the other person's shoes and ask yourself, what would you want someone to do for you? And then be that person to them.